to another episode of Benchwarmer Basement Banter. I am your host, Woody, with...
I'm Rogers.
Yeah, the one
Aaron
and only.
Discount double checking Aaron Rodgers.
The one we've got anyway. So
That's right.
Well, hello. This is our intro to Wabash TV. The folks at Wabash were gracious enough to give us a chance. Studio upgrade.
Much bigger upgrade. We got more than one light bulb.
We have two.
We have.
That's a win. We got a couple.
Yes.
But yeah, for those of you on YouTube, bear with me here for a minute. Thank you, first of all, for following us here. We've got a little bit of a following on YouTube. 400 and some subscribers.
That's right.
We've been a thing since March.
Yep, late March was when we started up.
Yeah, we did. We talk a lot of sports, a little bit of everything. Like I said, this is our first episode on Wabash. If you want, we are called Benchwarmer Basement Banter on YouTube. What do you do? Like, subscribe.
Subscribe,
YouTube.
give us a little bit of love on there.
There's your sales pitch. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah. This is our intro into the TV world, so it helps. We've got Inside Man to Wabash there.
That's right.
And like I said, thank you. What we cover. We talk a lot of local sports. If you didn't notice already, the Cardinals here.
That's right.
A lot of Cardinals talk.
I mean, caw.
Yeah,
We're also
the Battle
Hawks.
Absolutely. Yeah, love me some AJ McCarron. We talk Blues hockey. We talk. We mentioned that they do have a soccer team. We'll mention it. We're not soccer experts. Don't dabble with that too much. We talk a lot of baseball, league wide.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to talk All-Star.
All-Star teams.
Yeah,
baby.
let's hear it. We're going to have our All-Star lineups. We talk hockey. We hit the playoffs for hockey, for basketball. We dabble a little bit.
Yep.
And then coming in the fall, football. Big time.
Oh, yeah. We're ready for some football.
We
Can't
are.
wait.
We are.
We're probably going to have a little bit of fantasy stuff going on.
Absolutely.
With everything. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, we'll talk, a little fantasy, a little betting. We're going to plan on having like a weekly pick'em show.
Yeah.
Get a few of our highly educated friends that may be smarter than us even on
Absolutely.
picks. Yeah, no one in particular, but Nixon.
Yeah.
I told him I wouldn't name drop either. Sorry. I made it 2 minutes and yeah.
Well, you know.
I tried. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit, maybe even a little golf. We got our tech, shout out to our tech guru we've got now. We've expanded.
What up, Alex?
Alex Gill.
Appreciate you back there.
Yeah, he's running it on the ones and twos, keeping us lined out, yelling at us when we get off subject. So,
yes.
Yeah, he's our golf expert. So we'll hit a little bit of everything. That's about it. So without further ado, like we said, we're going to talk our all-star teams. But before that, we've followed the playoffs for basketball, hockey.
Yeah.
Right here, this guy of basketball. How'd it go?
That's right. Hey, I picked the Celtics. I said all roads run through Boston on that NBA team. And, the finals was just an exclamation point on what I was saying at that. They won it in 5. I thought they'd won it in 6 with a chance of being 5. And, yeah, it was just complete domination throughout the playoffs by the Celtics.
Let's say don't be humble. You said it. You spoke. It happened. There you go. Right on the
That's
money.
Right.
So, yeah, for hockey, I got it right. I don't feel great about it because I said 4 and 5.
Well, they tried to scare you, didn't they?
They tried to throw it away. They did. I mean, like I said before in hockey, like a lot of times the best team doesn't win. I mean, it's a physical sport. Playoffs come around, anything can happen. But in this instance, like, the best team really about screwed the pooch. Like, they were up 3-0. It was going just like I thought. Like, they were the more physical team. They're a cycle team. They brought the game to Edmonton.
Yes.
First 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
And then they gave them one, which I was like, all right, game 4. I was like, I might have placed a bet on them going in 5. So like,
I was like, okay, well,
that's fine.
That's gentleman's sweep.
Yeah. I was thinking more like a 4-2 loss, not an 8-1 drubbing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of like the NBA Finals, where game 4, Dallas came out.
They won by like 36 or 38 or something like that.
They did. So, I was like, all right, a little more. We gave them a little bit of confidence. But I really, I thought game 5 coming home, I'm like, they're going to shut the door. It's over.
Well, then it was 2-0, like 3 minutes into the game.
Oh, yeah. Edmonton came out, like they pounced on them, and they played their style of hockey. They're a wide open rush team. Florida's not. Florida's a grind you down, physicality, like beat the heck out of you team. And they got to play at Edmonton's game. Like, they got a lot of rush goals, open the ice up. And it's like, I remember that Blues quote from Armstrong years ago, where if you've got a team down, you got to take the knife, jab it in their eye, and kill them. Like, it's one of my favorite sports quotes.
Florida did not do that.
Well, they had a butter knife. They didn't.
It wasn't quite sharp enough.
No, it was not. It was pretty. It's pretty scary, but like I said, they got it done in 7. I didn't feel great about it because this was one series like I was more confident than most. Like I just
Well,
thought,
yeah, you said like in our previous episodes that you were the most confident that you'd been
Yeah.
since you picked UConn.
Since UConn.
And
Yeah, feel
UConn
good about
covered the
that.
spread in every single bit
They
of
did.
that tournament, and it never, in any point in time, were they in danger
they didn't
of
let
losing.
up. Like no,
Yeah.
they didn't. That was probably the most dominant run the last 2 years they've had in any sport I can think
Absolutely.
of. Like it was beautiful.
And
And
you thought
I thought this would go that way.
It started
I
out
did.
that it was going
I
that
did.
way.
I did.
And they eked it in Game 7. I believe they won
2-1, and
yeah.
they were hanging on. They were that last. I'll tell you what. I got to give it to Connor McDavid. I'm not a big McDavid guy. These big name guys I'm not usually a fan of, but
Yeah.
they put their heart out there. Like they were. But the last horn in that Game 7, him, Drystyle, those big boys for Edmonton, you did like drag them off the ice. I mean, they played. I don't know the exact numbers, but I bet you 13, 14 minutes that third period, which is unheard of in hockey.
that's-
Unheard of. Like they just every shift they were coming back out. They put their all out, and they threw everything but the kitchen sink. Bobrovsky for Florida stood tall, and he held on, won them the series. Well, McDavid got the MVP, which is pretty rare.
Yeah.
I think that's only happened like 5 or 6 times where the losing team
Gets an
had
MVP,
the MVP.
in the finals. Okay.
Yeah, and especially for it not to be a goaltender. I think he might have been the second ever.
Right.
Extremely rare, well deserved. Like they were the team that I thought played better in the series for their capabilities.
Yeah.
Florida, I thought, did not. But you know what? They won, and I'll take it. A win's a win. But
Absolutely.
I was definitely sweating it out. So, we'll take wins when we can get them. It's sports. That's why they play the game.
That's
why
right.
They play
That's
the game.
why they play the games.
Yeah. So we got that. Like I said, we touch on a little bit of everything in sports. So you're more of an NBA guy than me by a long shot. The draft just happened.
Hey, well, a lot of what I call would be the exciting parts of that draft happened before the draft. Because the Knicks making the big
trades.
moves. Yes.
Yeah.
The Knicks made the big moves to get Michael Bridges from the Nets.
Yeah.
So they traded 5 or
boatload
6
of picks.
A boatload of picks.
Which it's
first
amazing
round
you
picks
talk
are
about,
not as highly touted as what they are with like your NBA or your
NFL,
or
yeah,
NFL.
yes, it's a big
MLB.
deal.
Yeah. First round draft picks in that they're only 2 rounds anyway.
Yeah.
And
That waters
really,
it
if
down.
you don't have a top 5 pick, they're not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And
Well, when your rosters are so much smaller in
Exactly.
basketball,
Exactly.
there's a smaller player pool. Like it's a different dynamic.
there's a lot
I
of
think.
team examples where you can win your championships if you've got 4 key guys.
Yeah,
And then a couple
you're
guys
right,
that
you're
can
right.
hold up a slot.
Just
If, like, they can be a
fill
role player.
minutes. Yeah, absolutely.
And Michael
So-
Bridges is going to be a great thing, and to that team because they do lack depth, and they're going to have more depth now. They actually just did sign, I believe, OG Anunoby on the
Okay.
team later. They signed him to a max contract, so
Yeah.
that's going to be a big part of the draft, helping that out as far as the Knicks made a big move beforehand. Also, I saw that the Pelicans just made a trade for DeJounte Murray.
Oh, that was recent. Like that
Yes,
was on my
that-
drive.
that
up
just
here,
happened, like,
I
a couple
think.
hours ago.
Yeah, breaking news. Da 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 da. That how that goes?
One of the biggest parts of the draft that everyone did care about, number 9, Zach Edey.
It surprised me, as I'm not an NBA draft guru, but I thought he was projected to go a little later, like in not much later, but like
Right,
15
right.
range, like maybe not a lottery pick.
Yeah, he
maybe
went a little
nine.
bit sooner than what expected,
Yeah.
and I figured that'd be
Which-
something that people around here for sure would
Oh,
notice. 'cause,
absolutely.
I mean, Big
a
Ten
local
basketball.
guy. Yeah.
Big
yeah.
Ten basketball.
He's a monster. He was.
Yeah.
Where'd UConn big guy? Klingen. Sorry if I said his
I'm not
name
sure
wrong.
where I'm not sure
Where'd
where
he
he
go?
went.
That championship game is fascinating to watch those two duke it out. Like I know
Mm-hmm.
Edie, you look at the numbers and it's like, oh my gosh, he had a hole in him. Like Edie had 30 some points, but I thought it was empty points. Like I really thought Clingan, if I said his name right, he made him work for every basket. I don't think Edie's efficiency was great until like a lot of the numbers he got. Donovan Clingan, sorry. We'll
Looks
do
like
better
he
on
got
other
drafted by the
sports.
Trailblazers.
Okay, so that was
Number
high. Is that
7.
7?
He went number
Okay,
7,
so
so he
7 and
actually
number
went
9.
ahead.
That's pretty close.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought he actually was a better NBA prospect, which I'm not going to get deep into that.
Right. I
But-
mean, I heard a lot of comparisons of Zach Edey to being like your Tyler Hansbrough, a guy that was a fantastic college player, but he
But I
didn't
think
have
the speed of the
skill set.
NBA game.
Yes,
because it's a different dynamic, and you can't push guys around like in college, like
Yeah.
he did. But like I said, in that championship game, I thought he held with Edie, hung with him real good. I mean,
Yeah.
Edie, like I said, a lot of points, but a lot of that I watched, the second half, they were down pretty big. and there was no point. Like they gave the big guy.
Well, maybe they think that they can turn Edie into a guy like Giannis that was a skinny rail when he came up, and just turn him into a bowling ball.
I don't know that
he's
he
gonna have
has
to put on
like
a
the
lot
ball
of muscle.
handling skills too.
Well, Giannis didn't either.
Fair.
Giannis learned all that.
Fair. So, I mean, that was some interesting pieces there. I thought, what did he go? Grizzlies, is that right? Number 9?
Yes.
He went there. So,
Yes.
cool. Him and Morant, that's an interesting landing spot there. See how that vibes. And if Morant
they've needed a big guy in Memphis for quite some time.
And if Morant can stay on the court and, not
that's why
go to strip clubs
that's
and
why
whatnot.
they drafted because Steven Adams could not stay on the
Yeah,
court.
that's true. That's true. He was Thunder, wasn't he, back in the day?
Yep.
Yeah, long hair. I like that guy. Good role player. So anything else? We got to touch on baby LeBron.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I believe they took him. What was it? Number
55. I think it
55
was.
overall,
LA did. This isn't a deal where Papa got him a job, was it?
Oh, it
was
absolutely was. Who was that?
Well, what he scored?
Was it DJ Williams with the NC State?
Oh.
That guy didn't get drafted.
Wow. And little LeBron did.
Or
I need not call him little LeBron. I'm sorry. I mean, he's a talented guy, but what is he? 6'1", put up like 4 points, which I know college and everything, but like was a reserve role at USC. If he doesn't have LeBron James attached, like the last name, I don't think he's getting drafted. Like,
he averaged 4 points a game.
I think he's like 4.2.
He averaged 3 rebounds a game and 3 assists a game.
Which I read at the
He will
combine.
not average 3 rebounds a game in the NBA.
No, I don't see it. I see it. Has LeBron already got his max deal too? This, like I figured that was like a a given. He's gonna sign.
Oh yeah.
It's a cool story, and I'll give LeBron like not to totally rip him. Is father son thing. Like he literally got his kid a job. He's been very supportive family man.
Yes.
I'm not a big LeBron guy for other reasons, but that is kind of cool. They're gonna play together. But I thought he's
It'll be the first father-son duo to be on the court at the same time.
Well, LeBron's longevity, like who plays this long, so it's pretty cool. Anything else on the draft you want to hit on, or?
I think that's it.
Okay.
And actually, at this point, I think it's about time for us to get to break.
So we've got to thank some sponsors that make this possible.
Yep.
So
we'll go to commercial.
Yep. We respected the shot clock. 12 minutes. Is that good, Coach? Oh, I thought we were done.
Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
When a Fairfield fire truck needs a repair, Cam's there to keep things rolling. And as part of the volunteer fire department, Justin's looking out for Cam and all of Fairfield. Everyone supports each other, and Wayne White Electric Cooperative supports them all with safe, reliable power for every one of our members. It's why REMCs exist, and together, it all works.
Paint, windows, electrical, plumbing, and much more. Oh yeah, give me all your guns too.
John Lucas.
What?
You better be dreaming about all the stuff we sell here at Zink Building Center.
Oh, I would. Zink Building Center in Louisville on Route 45. It's a cool place.
All right, and we are back. So we're going to get to our baseball coverage, and we're going to go with the All-Star game. It's coming up.
That's right.
In
Voting's
Detroit.
already started, so.
Voting, second phase of it, I believe
Yes.
is, which we're not, it's a little confusing the way it works. Like,
It is. It
yeah,
is.
phase one, the top two from each position get picked, and then the votes reset, and it's just a vote off between those two for the starters. Then it goes to another phase where they fill in the bench. So we'll go ahead and start out. We're going to start, American League, National League, your pick. Flip a coin. Do you want to go national? Our hometown?
Well, let's go National League.
Okay.
And also, something brought up by
Yes.
our director over there is
Oh,
that
yeah.
we had a trivia on the screen during our break.
Oh,
The answer to that was B, Willie Mays.
Willie Mays Hayes? I
No,
like it.
well,
No,
not-
just Willie Mays.
just Willie
Hey. Little major league shout out there. Love that guy. Runs like, how did they go? Runs like Mays, hits like
like-
Hayes, and hits
yeah.
ground balls. Yeah. All right, so there you go. Willie Mays, most stolen bases in All-Star history. Is that right? All-Star game
Yes.
history? Yeah, there you go. We'll do trivia every break. It's exciting. Who doesn't like
That's
trivia?
right.
I love it. I don't get many right, but it's fun. So National League starters, what we're going to give you here is who we think should be the starter. Like the voting, a lot of times my problem with the All-Star game is voting. It's a popularity contest.
It
Not-
most certainly is.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Not what have you done for me
I mean,
lately.
Dodgers are going to get some votes.
Yeah, a
If the
lot.
Cubs have anyone there, they're going to get a lot
If
of
they're
votes.
relevant. You remember that
Yes.
year at Kansas City? It was in Kansas City, and they had like 7 of 10 guys
Yeah,
starters.
yep.
It was crazy. Like, it's everybody from KC. So we're going to pick who we think deserves it. And we'll start catcher, keystone position. I'm going with Willie Contreras. The William Contreras. I'm sorry, not our Contreras. If he hadn't
Yes.
broke his hand, possibly, but a little
Absolutely.
setback
He was
there.
on pace. He was doing very well.
Yeah, he was doing great. But little bro, his numbers have tailed off a little recently, but it was between him, really Muto, and Will Smith. And the way
Yeah.
I looked at this one, I'm like, where'd Milwaukee be without William Contreras?
Exactly.
Like,
They're leading their division. He's almost
Yeah.
hitting 300, which is
Oh,
unheard
he
of for a
has.
catcher.
Good pop.
He's hitting 292 on the year.
Yeah.
He's got 9 home runs.
9 homers. He's got some steals, too, which is unheard of at
Yeah.
catcher position.
He's actually stolen 5 bags.
Yeah, he does, and he's taken strides defensively from what he was in Atlanta. Was one-dimensional. They DH'd him a lot.
Yeah.
Wouldn't put him back there. He's improved a lot. The way he's done with their pitching staff, underrated. Well, their pitching staff. I mean, you got Freddie Peralta, a lot of no names, and what he's done with them, I think, should be noticed. And
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
you take Will Smith off the Dodgers, really Muto off the Phillies. Yeah, it hurts, but nothing like his impact with Milwaukee. He's
Exactly.
been great.
Exactly.
He is. So that's who we got. First base. I'll let you go now. Who you got first?
Well, I'm going with Phillies, which is a guy that just got hurt, so I'm not sure if he'll actually be around for the All-Star game.
His timing's gonna suck.
But I'm going Bryce Harper.
I like that. Yeah,
I'm
I
going
agree.
Bryce Harper there. He's
Yeah.
hitting 300. He's got 20 home runs.
Oh yeah, he's been a force for them. It's between him and Freddie. Freeman's been fine.
Yeah.
But I think Harper, honestly, MVP pace. I think before this injury.
Yes,
And I hope
absolutely.
it's. I don't think it's
a
major.
hamstring
Hamming?
injury.
Ooh.
He's looking to miss a couple weeks at least.
Yeah, him and Schwarber went down, I think, the same day last night.
Yeah,
Like, that's rough because that was for me an outfielder. So we'll get to that. That's not great. But I agree 100%. I think he stood out a little more than Freeman. I mean, Freeman would be a good starter if Harper can't go.
And he's a
but
fan favorite. He's going to
yeah.
get the votes.
He is, yeah. I mean, yeah, I love Harper, the hair, the flair he brings, like the
Yeah.
dynamic. Like, dude, he's out there. I like it. Very solid player. We'll go second base now. I got Marte. Ketel Marte.
Ketel Marte. Yep.
The power he brings, him and Arise is second, Luis Arise. But I think the pop he brings puts him over the edge.
Well, he's 17 home runs at the second base position.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
Amazing production.
There was a lot of time where you wouldn't see 17 home runs from a second
For a
baseman.
season?
For a season.
Yeah, for a
And
season.
he's on pace to have, a 40 home run game? Or season.
35,
30 anyway.
somewhere in
Yeah.
that ballpark. And where would they be without him? Like Corbin Carroll has had a down year. Like these guys just went to the World Series last year, and they've, for their standard, been pretty terrible. Like
They've
from where,
fallen off,
what
for
they
sure.
thought they would be. But he's solid. What's he hitting? 280, I think it was 290. Swiped
He's
a
hitting
few
282.
bags. Yeah. He's, all around, Arise has been average. He's the hit king. That's what he is. He's the reincarnation of Tony Gwynn, or would like to be.
Well, yeah.
It's cool to watch him, the way he handles about what he does. But that being said, the all-around game of Marte, I'm giving him the nod at second.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Third, what you got? I think this is a no-brainer.
It's Alec
I mean,
Bohm.
yeah.
Alec Bohm.
I kind of Alec Bohm. He's been great. Don't get me wrong, but kind of by default. I mean, third base has been a weak spot in the National League. This whole National League team, like usually you go in an All-Star game, it's like, man, these lineups are both very impressive. Like, I could see either team putting up some runs, which they don't, because the All-Star game it's usually pitching dominated. But this year I look at it and I'm like, holy crap, the American League, I think it's far superior.
Oh, for sure.
I really do.
I mean, the National League finally won one last year?
They had a very rough stretch.
Yeah,
I think
at one
they
point in
did.
time, they
They
lost
lost
11
12
or
out of 13,
Yeah.
something like that. Like it's rough. And this year, is no exception on that. I don't think they quite compare. But boom, not to take away from him, he's had a great year.
Oh, he's hitting 300.
Oh yeah, RBIs. Where's he at RBI? Like he's been
65.
a machine.
He's at
Which
65.
there you go. 9 homers, nothing special. But I mean, in that lineup, what does he need to do? Drive runs in.
Exactly. He's
He's hitting behind Schwarber Bombs, who's an on-base machine. Behind Harper. Where's Stott? He's hitting up there in the lineup. He's had a good year.
Yeah, yep.
Like they.
Stotty too hotty, man.
Yeah. There you go. Whatever. Really Muto. That's the other one.
Yeah.
He's driving these
That lineup's
guys.
insane.
It's nuts, and that's why they are where they are.
Yes,
They're a
exactly.
great team.
When you also have Nola and Wheeler pitching for you.
Yeah. I mean, all the way around. I mean, we'll get to their pitching. They've got a couple all-star candidates. Great.
Yep.
But yeah, Bohm, and defensively too, he's taken big strides. Like that was a big knock on him. Was he was like Roger Dorn, Stonehands there. I love these major league references.
Yes,
Keep going back that well. Stonehands at third. He's taken big strides, and he is more of an all-around player. He deserves it. He does. So we've got him at third. Short. This is I've got Mookie. I know he's hurt. He won't be there. I don't care. This is one the fans have him there, and I think it's deserving. Like he was MVP level.
Oh,
before he got
absolutely.
hurt.
Yeah. I mean, even though he's missed some time, his
Yeah.
stats are still comparable with the guy
Yeah.
that I'm going to put there in Ellie Daly Cruz.
Yeah, that's who I was going to go with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's not there. Yeah, I mean, 304 average, 10 homers, 40 RBIs, and he's been on the shelf since he broke his hand.
He's still got
for
more
2 weeks.
RBIs than Ellie does.
Yeah,
Ellie's
that
got
doesn't surprise me.
36 currently.
Well, and see, that's a problem. The other guy up there, Trey Turner, but he's missed. I think he's played 40 games.
Mhm.
Like, he's missed a fair amount of time. Ellie's been there all season.
Yeah.
Yes, he's got holes in his game, but he's freaking exciting.
He's going to steal 70 bags.
What's he at? 35?
38.
38. My gosh,
Yeah.
shortchanged him. I mean, you watch him play. The dude's electric.
Oh,
I mean, he brings
he's
that to
fun.
the game.
He's fun.
Yeah.
He brings a lot of butts in the seats.
He
He's
does.
He's going to be a 70
He's
steals guy.
much CTV.
Oh, yeah.
And for an all-star game, that's what we want. We want to see something exciting.
Yeah.
He might strike out every at bat. Who cares? Like if he puts one in the gap, let's
Dude
watch
hits
him run.
bombs.
He hits bombs. He does. So yeah, that is going to be my lone Reds representative. I don't think anybody else is really up there.
Which
They've
they
kinda had a
tried to
down
win
year.
the division.
Yeah, well, but don't worry, I had Detroit in the Central for the AL. So you know.
Well, you also have the Cubs winning. So
Yeah, it's not looking great. It's not. We'll get to that another episode, okay?
Okay,
We'll
yeah,
kick
great.
me. I deserve it. The scrutiny on that one. But, I went with some hunches and they weren't right. But yeah, we got Elliott short. The National League outfield, my gosh. As we were talking about, watered down NL team, this is a mess in my mind. Like, there's one awesome story, Jerkson Profar. I'm going to take him.
it's
'cause I
about
wanna
time.
Talk about. Yeah. Someone tell him it's not 2012.
yeah,
Like,
it's about time.
I think he was the number one prospect in baseball, if I remember right. It's 2012. Like him and Oscar
Yep.
Taveras, rest in peace. Fateful car ride there.
Mhm.
Think where he could be. I mean, we won't go down that road, but those guys, I think it was 2012, were like 1 and 2 for prospects.
Yep.
Profar stayed in the league. He's bounced around journeyman. He signed, I think, San Diego for $1 million going into this year.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what he's done. Like, this isn't just a good story. Put him there. He's been great. Yeah,
He's
316.
316. Yeah.
Yeah. Almost in 900 OPS. That's amazing.
Yeah.
He's the best outfielder, I think, in the National League. Story aside, I like it. The rest of it, who you got?
To round up the outfield, I mean, I've got Christian Yelich. He's back.
Mhm.
He's back.
Yelly bombs.
He's,
Yelly belly.
he's hitting
I like it.
325. He's got 16 stolen bags. Like,
325.
yeah.
Man, I didn't know he's that high.
Yeah.
So he missed a little bit of time. What did he miss? Like 2 weeks? Not
yeah,
bad, but
yeah,
another.
Not a ton of time, but
Yeah.
this is MVP Christian Yelich, but
Yeah.
this is the closest we've seen to it in a long time.
This is the best version of him in the past probably 3-4 years since the back started.
Yeah,
hitting. Like
since
that was a downfall for
Since
him.
the year after his MVP
Yeah.
season, whichever
Yeah.
he won. I don't know what year he won it. but
I think it was it 18, 19? Somewhere
Yeah.
in there, shortly after
So,
getting traded
we're
to
looking at
Milwaukee.
5-6 years.
Yeah, and I don't think he'll ever get back to that form. Those back
This is the
injuries.
closest to it we'll ever
Yeah,
see.
it is.
Again, he's on
Yeah.
the wrong side of 30.
And I mean, you're looking at this National League outfield like you don't have Acuna. You don't have Tatis, in my mind, at peak form. You don't have Michael Harris as another young rising star.
Exactly.
Soto's no longer in the National League. Like you've got a lot of watered down reasons here, and it just I agree. Yelich and the other guy I got's Hernandez, Dodgers. Teoscar.
Yep.
Yeah. He's got big RBI numbers. Strikes out a crap ton, but he's really had a bounce back year. Not 18 home runs. Like he is
All right.
up there. He's putting the numbers up. He's doing what he needs to do in
Not
that
just
lineup.
18 home runs. He's got 55 RBIs,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
like we mentioned Bohm having so many. That's
Yeah.
only 5 less.
Yeah, that's right up there. Hey, good math. Look at
Yeah.
that. It's just a shout out to Hutton. Look at our math skills, buddy. So yeah, he's putting up numbers. There was something last year about how in Seattle he struggled with the batter's eye, seeing it, and I'm like, yeah, you hear that all the time. Well, he goes to LA, which is a good hitter's ballpark, and my God, there might have been something to that.
Yeah.
Might have been.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then to round it out, he got a DH.
Shohei Ohtani.
Ohtani.
2 weeks
I like
ago,
it.
my answer might have been a little bit different. 2 weeks ago, they were neck and neck with him and Marcelo.
Yeah,
Ozuna.
Ozuna's. Man, that burns me because I'm not a big Ozuna guy. But
Yeah.
hey, he's DH and he's not climbing any left field walls anymore, so that probably helps.
Would you say that Ohtani's the last 2 weeks is?
It's been on a tear. It's stupid. I mean, it's something only Shohei can do. He's hit. I think he's got an RBI 10, 11 straight games. 8 home runs in the last 10, 11 games, and
Yeah.
he might have hit one tonight if they're playing yet.
Yeah. Well,
It's every game. I mean, he's doing something. He's a human highlight reel.
absolutely.
Going into this year, it's like, hey, guess what? Ohtani can't pitch. Someone else might win MVP.
Nah.
He's like, no, step aside, step aside. And I'll tell you, there's a clip out. The real MVP might be the bat boy for the Dodgers. There was a line drive hitting the dugout
Saved him.
yesterday. Saved his life. $700 million saved. So
That's right.
on that note, we're going to break time. I think we need to
I
thank
think
our
we're going to take a
sponsors
break
again.
that rounds up our starting lineup.
Yeah, for the
over
National
there.
League. We'll
And,
come back and we'll do American League starters.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
will.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's a great idea.
So we're going to cut to a break, and we'll see you on the other side.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow. Some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow, growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans that the future holds for you, you can be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to your mutual agent today.
Your local agent is on the square. Louisville, Clay County Farmers Mutual Insurance. We like technology at Flora Savings Bank. Here's what you can accomplish in our mobile banking app in less than 30 seconds. See account balances in your transactions, set up an account alert, make a transfer between accounts, get an alert text message about your transfer, pay a bill, turn your debit card off and then back on. It all happens in the palm of your hand with our free My Bank to Go app. Search My Bank to Go in the App Store or Google Play and give mobile banking a try. Flora Savings Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Do you bowl like this? That's great. Do you bowl like this? That's great too. That's because whether you're a pro or you just want to have a lot of fun, at Pegel's Silver Dollar Lanes, we have a lane for you. We have galaxy bowling, gaming for kids and adults, Joe's Pizza, a full bar, darts, pool, and fresh and clean bowling shoes. Boy, does that smell nice. So come on down to Pegel Silver Dollar Lanes in Effingham, where we have a lane for you.
My name is Robin Stanford. I own Stanford Marketing. It's a promotional products business along with an embroidery business. And we do custom hats, t-shirts, anything, you name it, we can make it. People like that we do stuff in-house and we can actually make things here and that we're not contracting the work out to other places. We never say no. We always try to find a way to do it. If anybody can do it, we can do it. We are hardworking women, that is for sure. Come to Stanford Marketing in Flora for all your custom and promotional needs.
And we're back. The answer that I need to start covering to the trivia question during the break. We're working kinks out, guys. First live show, or first Wabash show.
Yeah.
So the answer, the question was most strikeouts in MLB All-Star Game history.
Yeah.
Don Drysdale. I went with the Rocket.
Yeah,
Clemens made a bunch of appearances. Like, I thought it was him.
He also did a lot of striking people out. So.
He did, yeah. And on all of these, it's like, man, you can't go wrong. Like, you can have logic behind any of them.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, we're back, and we're going to hit our American League starters now.
Okay.
So, yeah, let's do this. You want to start it off?
I think that when we were judging notes, you had someone different than me. You had, I believe, Adley Rutschman.
I got Rutschman.
Right?
Absolutely,
well, yeah. I had Salvi.
I wanted to have Salvi.
Yeah.
I really did. I love Salvi.
Yeah.
Salvi, and he's had a bounce back year. Like, this is the best version of him since, like, what was it? When he set the record, was it 2021? Was that right? When he set the catcher record?
47 home runs?
Or 2019 maybe it was. But, yeah, he hit 48 homers. He was amazing. Beat Johnny Bench. Oof.
That's a pretty good name.
Yeah. But, and he started this year off hot.
He did.
He did. And he's kind of cooled off.
Hey.
And Rutschman, you know, when you're that old and catching, that's going to happen.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But he's still, I think, is a deserving All-Star.
Absolutely.
I do. Respect him. Rutschman, though, Rutschman's past him now. He's got him in stats all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
Middle of the best lineup in baseball, 300 average, 15 home runs, 800-plus OPS. It's hard to go against Rutschman.
Absolutely it is.
I think he's probably the best. I wanted to put Salvi there. He's on the bench, though.
Yeah, he's there.
It's Adley's time to shine.
Miles and miles apart.
Yeah. You know, Miles. I love it. You know, when you have I think this speaks to a testament to Rutschman how good he is. When you have a lineup like Baltimore that deep, and your catcher's your DH a lot to give him a break.
Yeah.
That says how good of a hitter he is.
Yeah, he does all right. He's hitting 300.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. So there we go. First base. Now this is the one that I went away from the popularity contest. I think right now it's Mountcastle and Vlad are the finalists.
Mm-hmm.
Forget that. I went Josh Naylor. Cleveland. Yeah, let's see the guns. He has been a driving force. Yeah, here we go. He's third in the voting. That's who I think deserves it. RBIs. Dude, he is a run-producing machine. The batting average, not great, but he's hit 20 dingers, 58 RBIs. I will leave the door open. I wouldn't have a problem with Vlad.
Right.
The power numbers, like he started to come around.
He finally is starting to look like Vlad.
You know why? Cut his hair.
Oh.
It's a reverse Samson in the Bible, like where he had to have the hair. Well, I had to cut that hair, buddy.
Oh.
I think this might be way off base, but I think in his last 8 games since cutting the hair, he's hit 4 dingers.
Oh yeah.
That's the Vlad power I want to see. That's what I want to see. But that being said, as of right now, Cleveland, that team, amazing story.
They just keep hitting. They just keep doing everything.
Him and J-Ram, one of the best 1-2s in baseball. Quan, I mean, they've been great, and I just got to give he's producing, the team's doing great. I'm giving him the edge. Okay. So I got Naylor. Who do you got?
I would want Vlad.
Okay, that's fine.
I would want Vlad, but Naylor is right there.
You think both over Mountcastle?
Yeah, I think I'll take them both over Mountcastle. Although, I mean, all 3 would have been particularly
fine. Yeah, Mountcastle's fine. He's fine. And then we'll go to second base. Go ahead.
Second base, I'm going Altuve.
Altuve.
Little man.
I'll tell you what, Mighty Mouse. I like that. Mighty Mouse with the buzzer, you know?
Yeah.
Fastball, boom.
Trash cans.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, I'm not an Altuve guy. Not a big fan, but I do respect what he does. Still putting up numbers. It was him and Semien. And Simeon's not had a great year either. No. Second base in AL, I think it's the worst position in the AL. I really do.
Yeah, but when you're looking between Semien and Altuve, you're doing all right.
I mean, you are. And I think actually Altuve's came around batting average. He's
hit 300.
300? There you go. Yeah. 12 homers, somewhere in there. Like, he's fine. If it wasn't for the fact I don't like the guy, I'd probably be more on board with the pick. But that's what I've got to. Now, third base. This one's fun. You got J-Ram. You got Devers. You got Jordan Westbrook. Had a great season. He's up there in the voting. But I'm going to J-Ram. I mean, the guy says he's better than Barry Bonds.
That's pretty testament.
I tell you what, for a couple weeks he looked like he was right up there. I'm not going to say better. Bonds, roids or no roids.
I mean, roids aside, I think Bonds may be the best player to ever play the game.
Yeah, when he's getting walked with the bases loaded, and it's like, we'll concede the run. That says it all. And I think that's when J-Ram, he got walked too in that instance when he was really hot. But I'm like, buddy, that's big shoes right there.
Yeah.
It is. But for this purpose, I mean, Devers, he had a heck of a stretch. Westbrook's been pretty solid all year, especially in that ballpark is it's not right-handed hitter friendly. Camden Yards isn't anymore.
No.
He's put up pretty good numbers. But I mean, J Ram, what's he got? 72 RBIs. That was it.
That's insane. No, I think he leads the majors.
21
RBIs.
homers. Too.
Yeah.
I mean, with what that team's doing, that's my pick.
Big man hit ball far.
Big man, yeah, big man, and he always does. Like a testament to his consistency. Like, yeah, big man, very impressive. Hey, Joe Boo, step aside. Look at this. You got it short though.
All right, Gunnar Henderson, man.
I agree. Witt's been great. Bobby Witt, no disrespect.
Oh yeah, he's been fantastic.
Yeah. Honestly, Gunner's right up to the Judge in my mind for AL MVP.
I could see Bobby Witt Jr. getting that starting spot because he's more popular.
I don't. Yeah, it's fair. I mean, Gunner's got a pretty good backing too.
Him as a prospect.
Oh, coming up. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Gunner was number one. You're right. At the height of their prospect pedigree, probably Witt and the all around the speed game. But you look at Henderson, 290, 26
that OPS
home
over
runs.
one.
Yeah, over 1,000.
Over 1,000, yeah.
I just Witt's got him in speed. That's it. Both teams are great.
I think he's got him by a lot in speed.
Oh,
doesn't he?
yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard for Henderson to steal bags when he's making those trips around the bases. I mean, come on, when he's got to go home, you can't stop at first. So, I'm a big Henderson. I love both these guys. They're great. Yeah. But the power numbers alone, and his average, Henderson a couple weeks ago was hitting 255. I think he's up to 290.
Yeah. Yeah. He's been insane.
I think both these guys close to 400 OBP. I actually think Henderson walks more.
Yeah.
And I think all around, like I said, you give the speed to Witt, but the pop Henderson's got in that lineup, I'm going Gunner. I agree with you. 100%.
I gave Gunner the edge, but I do like Witt. I do.
I do too. And we got a spot for him on the bench. He's an all-star. He's an all-star. So the outfield, I think we might unanimously agree. Maybe.
Oh, I don't think it's close.
Do we? Yeah, we agree. Ooh, I mean, that happens sometimes here. Sometimes.
Going unanimous? Yeah. I mean, Aaron Judge, best player in baseball.
I think
right
he
now.
was the highest vote getter, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And
I mean, the guy's, he's testing his own record.
Like, hard to say. Yeah. And this is with a slow start to the season.
Yeah.
He was getting booed at Yankee Stadium in April. Like, terrible start, if I remember right. And now it's just like a home run.
It's like
every.
Yeah.
Him and Ohtani are trading off like highlights.
Yeah.
I mean.
Which he's got 5 more home runs than Ohtani.
Yeah, he does. He's been on a stupid tear.
Yeah.
He really. Big thing with him. Please stay healthy. Please. Like. But I think he is leading All-Star game vote getter. Yeah. Rightfully so.
Well, and then next, in my next outfield slot, I've got his Murderer's Row buddy.
Yeah, his team. That's a heck of a 1-2 right there. They really are. Yeah, he's not far behind in the voting.
Yeah.
We thought this going into the year. It's like, okay, Soto in that ballpark in Yankee Stadium.
Can be stupid.
In that lineup. Yeah. That porch and right, that's got his name all over. Those lasers he hits.
Oh.
Right there. He went from one of the tougher parks in Petco to Yankee Stadium. And
turns out that matters.
A little bit. Yeah, it does. A lot of those off the wall are going over the wall. Who'd have thought? Looks good on counting stats. And he's in a dang good lineup there, too. Like the Yankees, they really – this is one – you were talking about you taking an L. Some idiot on this show. Do not go back and watch our –
the playoffs?
Talk about it. They're pitching. I didn't think it'd do what it's done.
Well, now they got Garrett Cole back, too, which he's been bad. But
but still, I mean, they've got the reinforcements are here. We'll call me stupid on another episode. Rightfully so. I don't even think that's my worst pick. But, I wasn't about it. But they like you said, Murderer's Row. They've had a great lineup. Soto, this is the best version of him. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
And in the third spot, I've still got Kyle Tucker. He's hurt.
Yep.
It stinks. Kyle Tucker was actually, I think, not far off the MVP discussion before he went down.
Oh, he's insane. He's doing outstanding.
Yeah. He was great. 266, 19 homers.
He stole 19 bombs.
Almost 1,000 OPS.
Yes.
What's he stole? 12, 13 bags too. Like he's
double digits.
He's a 5-tool player.
Yeah, absolutely.
He is. He was showing it off. The other guy, I will say, Stephen Kwan has been amazing.
He has
coming back.
All those Guardians. I said Indians. All those Guardians guys, they don't get enough credit. Because,
they don't.
They're just they're scrappy, I guess.
Yeah.
They're just guys that
they're underrated.
That was not the lineup that was supposed to be getting them where they are.
Well, and they're guys that have kind of been discarded or thrown to the trash pile. Like, Josh Naylor, San Diego, if I remember right.
Yep.
Quan, not a highly touted prospect. But these guys, look what they've done. Got the most of it. There's an interesting thing I saw the other day about their ballpark. Something about the seats. They reconfigured them, and somehow it's taken it from one of the best pitching ballparks to, like, they're number 3, I think it was in baseball. As far as all the power metrics. Yeah, numbers. I was like, no way. But then you think about this. We're talking about their all-stars. I'm like
they're all hitting.
Stephen Kwan's hitting home runs. Yeah, there might be something to that.
Yeah, there might be something to it.
Yeah. Last one, DH. Who you got?
Well, I didn't go with what you did on this.
Ooh.
I gave.
I bet it was. Okay, go ahead.
I gave Oakland their.
Rooker.
I gave them their own player.
Okay.
I gave them Brent Rooker.
You have to give everybody an all-star, which we should have touched on
Well,
earlier.
we don't have to give them a starter. I'm giving them a starter.
Yeah, man, look at you go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm giving them a closer, so
I'm gonna guess.
I think the most electric closer in the game.
Guessing you're going Jordan.
I'm going Jordan.
Yeah.
I was between Jordan and Stanton actually.
Okay.
Stanton's hurt. He's had a heck of a bounce back year. He really has. But he went down. Big surprise. Who would have thought Stanton got injured? Didn't see that coming. But I'm giving to Jordan. He started the season off slower too, but he's
actually.
His numbers
in the
are
last
better than
couple
Rooker's.
weeks, they're better than Rookers.
He's
hitting about 20 points higher on the average. I think
288, 16 homers. Yeah.
Rooker's got 15 home runs.
Not bad.
14.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's right there in all of that, but...
Hey, Rooker might fit in your outfield, too, on the bench. Possibly. I think he is eligible there.
Yes.
I think. He's played a little more. Jordan does not need to be out there. So,
no.
Yeah, but, that's good. I'll go Alvarez, and you go Rooker.
I'm going Rooker.
There we go. That's our AL starters. So, we're going to go ahead, take another break, get to our great sponsors, and we'll be back with, let's talk some pitching.
Yeah, we'll go back to NL pitching.
Yeah, we'll do that. So, we'll see you on the other side of the break. Thank you.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop. At your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville, you can count on experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, the Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville carry a large inventory of Napa products for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced associates understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa Know-How at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville.
Carson Auction Realty is the one-stop shop for all your real estate needs. With over 40 years in business, Carson Auction Realty is the only company in the area that offers public auctions, real estate brokerage, and certified appraisals. If you're considering selling your farm, home, or commercial property, give us a call, and we can assist you in every step of your real estate sale, from pricing your property correctly to properly marketing to find any potential buyers, and most importantly, selling property for top dollar. To contact us, go to our website, carsonauctionrealty.com, or call our office at 662-4911.
And we're back. So, the last trivia question. Most home runs in MLB All-Star history.
I mean,
I gotta say,
the man, dude.
Yeah, I finally got one right.
Hey.
I was like, yeah. Well, I remember out at St. Louis when we've been, merchandise shopping, seeing like a lot of All-Star game stuff signed by him, and there was an All-Star MVP one, so I was like, he had to hit some home runs.
He's hit dingers.
Had to, yeah. He showed up when the lights were brightest. Love it. I think he hit 6, I believe it was, All-Star career. That's pretty impressive.
That's more than a couple.
That's impressive. Oh, yeah. So he was the answer to the last question. We are going to go ahead now and jump into some pitching. The guys that give up those dingers.
That's right.
And, we'll start with National League. I'm going to start out with who I think should be the starter. And this is an awesome story. Ranger Suarez. Who would have thought going into the year right now we'd be talking about him, all-star starter, possible.
Hey.
He's right up there, and he deserves it. I think he's number one.
He's not even the third best pitcher on his team.
He's like, hey, you step aside, watch this. Zach Wheeler, Nola, and you got your big contracts, watch this.
Yeah.
No, I mean, all his career, he's kind of been a middling starter. He was a reliever a couple of years ago, and I mean, he's got that ground ball stuff working, a strikeout rate, best of his career. Like, he has really, it's kind of one of those guys, it's like, okay, what start is it going to go downhill? Yeah. We tried to take him out. Comebacker, I think, was Burley off the bat. Like, we can't get a hit off him. We'll take him out of the game.
Yeah.
He missed a start, I think, and he's been very solid since. So he's my starter. Just alternate guys.
Yeah, I mean, another guy that I had that was like another guy that's kind of having a resurgence. He's finally healthy.
I know where we're going now.
We're going Chris Sale.
Yeah,
man,
I like it.
He missed a year to the Tommy John, and then after that, it's been like you said, fluke injuries.
He fell off a bike. He broke a rib, I think it was.
Yeah.
Like, dude, get a stationary
linebacker
bike.
back to your hand, shattered his hand.
Yeah, exactly. Like 2 starts back.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fluke stuff. I mean, what'd they give up? Grissom for him, I think, to the Braves, traded away to get him.
Yeah.
Kind of took a flyer on him, and he's pitched like vintage Sale this year.
Yes.
Nasty stuff. Sliders back, velos up. I agree. And the other one I've got is his teammate, Ronaldo Lopez.
Yeah.
Old Shy Sox pitcher, I believe. Kind of a 5th starter type.
Yeah.
Been great this year.
Another guy that is like, okay, that's not the guy. Like, if you were thinking about this preseason, you're thinking Max Fried.
Yeah, absolutely. Strider. Yeah. Who would have thought these would be the 2 Braves All-Stars? Like, that's cool this year. Like, all across the board. He's been great. I believe his ERA is under 2. He's been very solid. We'll stay, speaking of AL East, I've got Zach Wheeler, too. Like,
that's right.
One of these guys, this is actually one we thought would be there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a guy, that was not a surprise. Him and Nola are your best 2 pitchers on that team, on a great team, and they're both studs. And I think Nola could be on here, too. I've got
he's
him
mission
just
I
missing.
had. I agree.
I've got him just missing, but...
well, that's what's hard is you only can pick for this process 12 pitchers is all. And I looked it up. I couldn't find an exact rule starter to reliever ratio, but it looks like it's usually like a 9-3. So that's what we went with for this practice.
Exactly, yes.
So, I mean, you got to leave someone out. But, yeah, I agree. Nola had an argument. Started the year off slow. He's pitched much better recently.
He's been fantastic lately.
He's been great. He's there. Who you got in the Central?
Imanaga.
I agree.
He started off insane. He's slowed down a little bit here lately.
Yeah, that was 10 runs against the Mets. That'll bump the ERA up a little bit.
Yeah.
He's still
in. Mets, man.
Yeah, you stupid Mets. We're not even going to go down that road right now. Good call. Somehow they're back. But yeah, he's been pretty solid. The numbers are there, and the Cubs need somebody. Like, that's the only Cub I've got.
Exactly.
We're going to have that on the bench when we get to it. There's a couple of these. It's like they got to have somebody.
Exactly.
So I've got in the Central. I've got Sonny Gray. Started the year off in the IL, but he's been great for us. And I don't think this is a homer pick. I think he's been pretty solid.
No, he's been very good.
Yeah, I agree.
He actually, I saw a stat the other day, is that in his first 14 starts as a Cardinals starter, he's got the lowest ERA of all time, beating out Bob Gibson.
You know, that's hard to imagine, but he was great. The first starts off the IL, like first 5, 6, I don't think he ever gave up a run.
Yeah.
A little wall, but he's came back and his strikeout rate. Like, he's always been at best 1K per inning guy. He's striking out like over 10, I think, per 9.
He's been great.
He's been a bat misser if he just stays healthy. Great for us. And I've got him in there. I've also got, this was controversial, Paul Skeens, he is the next
He's a little late to the show.
That's why I didn't put him in there. His teammate, Jared Jones, he's had a few rough starts lately, but his whole body of work, he started the year off in Fuego.
I mean, and for a guy that's got a losing record now.
That's definitely not his fault. I mean, hey, if you guys get him maybe more than a run a game, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But Pittsburgh's got some issues offensively, but he's great. His fastball slider combo, it's electric. Like, the dude, He's been great. I'm giving him the nod, just total body of work.
Has nothing to do with him being on your fantasy team, does it?
That does help. That does
Okay.
help. Yeah, a little impartial. But, I got Sonny Gray, real life team, put him in. No. I really took this, tried to be impartial. I think he's been awesome. Cool story too. He was an underrated prospect. Look at what he's done. So that's my starters for the Central. West. Do you have anybody else from the Central?
I mean, I don't. Next up, the last starter that I've got on here. Actually, no, I've got a couple more. But I've got Tyler Glasnow.
Yep, I agree. He's finally been healthy enough to make it to the All-Star break as starter.
Well, there's just no doubt he's got some of the most electric stuff in baseball.
Absolutely.
He's strikes out about 11.
His per inning ratios are off the chart.
Yeah.
He's Spencer Strider.
Yes.
Before Strider got hurt. But fastball, slider. What was big for him? I'm sorry, he's been a fastball curveball guy. 2 years ago, started throwing a slider that's been wipeout too.
Mm-hmm.
That put him next level.
Turns out about
he's
anything
great.
he throws is pretty nasty.
It's pretty good, yeah. Hits 100, no problem. And he's got the Dodgers backing him now. He is slam dunk all-star. I agree. Yeah. I've also got Logan Webb in that division. That's my other starter.
Hey, I had him picked to be in a Cy Young voting. He's not quite to that point, but hey.
He's been Logan Webb. He's not flashy. He's solid. He's going to go out, get you a quality start, 6-7 innings. He's going to give up a run or two, not a crazy high K rate, but he's there. And we need an all-star from San Fran. That's who I've got. So is that all the starters we've got, I believe, National League?
Yes.
Okay, so out of the pen, we need to get a national in there. Got Kyle Finnegan.
Yeah.
He's been great.
No, it's a good pick.
He really has. He's been very solid. Helsley, I don't think that's a homer pick. He's leading the league in saves.
Yes.
He's back to what he was 2 years ago.
He's been good.
He's been good.
He's throwing the ball with great velocity again.
Yeah. Yep. He last few appearances, I should say.
Yeah,
he's shown a few kinks in the armor, been a little more hittable, but still total body of work. Helsley, and I've got Robert Suarez of San Diego rounding it out. He's been all he throws. It seems like it's a fastball, but it seems to work.
Hey,
so
that's all you need.
You're getting the job
if it
done.
Ain't broke, don't fix it.
There you go. Yeah, keep chucking them, buddy. If they can't hit it, keep throwing it.
Works for Lance Lynn. He's made a pretty good career.
Oh my gosh, different variations, man. Different variations. Somehow it works. I don't know how, but that's our omissions. We mentioned Paul Skeens, Hunter Green. Solid year 2. Don't think he quite makes the cut. If he'd quit puking on the mound, that'd probably help.
Well, one time.
Well, back-to-back starts. But, it is very hot.
Oh, twice.
It's very hot. Okay. Trevor Williams, another one, but I just, we can't have everybody. So, we'll move on.
Don't forget about McGill.
Oh, yeah, Trevor McGill. I get him and no, I'm sorry. It is Trevor McGill. There's brothers pitching.
Yes.
One's a Met, one's a Brewer. So that, throws you off a little. We better go to AL. I got Scooble starting. He's been great.
He has been, but I don't think he's going to be your starter.
That's
I
fine.
think he's going to be on the team. He's on the team. I'm going to have Luis Gill as my starter.
Ooh, you're going Luis Gill?
Well, yeah.
The Yanks. Yeah. Okay, maybe 2 weeks ago, I'd agree. He's kind of hit a rough patch. I think it was
Yankees
the Blue
gets
Jays.
both, man. Yankees
That's
get
fair.
both.
That's fair. But the fans don't pick the starter. The manager picks the
That's
starter.
fair.
Scooble, start to where we're at now has been great. I also might have put a little bit of money on him to win the Cy Young going into the year, so I'm a little impartial.
Well,
I think the numbers back it
he's
up.
in the discussion.
He's been pretty dang good. I've got okay. I also had I agree with you on what'd you say? Burns? No, I'm sorry, not Burns.
Luis Gill.
Heel. I have him in there. Yep. I've also got Corbin Burns in that division. He's not been quite Cy Young caliber.
Yeah, he's not been
missing all the bats.
He's not been as good as Corbin Burns can be.
Yeah, he's not Cy Young version.
Yeah.
Not missing as many bats, but he's still been very solid for Baltimore. I have no qualms with him in there. Let's see. Let's scroll down here.
We got Garrett Crochet.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm sticking in that division.
Okay,
so I'm trying to
gotcha,
division by
gotcha.
division. Tanner Houck. He's in the Cy Young contention.
Oh, I think he might still have a sub 2 ERA.
He,
if he does,
is
it's right
in the
around 2.
ballpark. He's been great. Yeah, love Tanner Houck. That's another one kind of came from out of nowhere. He was actually fringe not even having a starting gig going into the year. He's pitched his butt off. He's been great. I'm sorry. Crochet, go ahead. You run with that one. This is a cool story.
We don't even actually have to give the White Sox a default guy. He's been very good.
They're above the Marlins. Good job, guys. First team in baseball, you got
He's
one.
very good.
Had never started a game going into the season. Fact.
Well, yeah, and
I thought he was a fastball slider, that's it guy, but no, he throws cutter. He's got a variety of pitches, throws gas, lefty side. Nothing but praise for this guy. It's been great.
Yeah.
Question is now, what will we get him in a trade? I mean, there you go.
Hey.
Let's throw him out there and see what we can get.
They're going to trade him. Like, there's no doubt in my
I
mind
think
they'll trade
if
him.
they're smart.
His value will never be higher.
Agree, 100%. And he doesn't have a very good track record of injuries. So,
well, no.
I'd probably say get while the getting's good. Go ahead. Yeah. So who else we got here? I got Cole Reagans. I'm a big Reagans fan.
Hey,
He came from out of nowhere last year. Look what he's done.
Great player on a great team.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
still
you're right. Kansas City, a great team.
They're winning their division still, aren't they?
Yep. No, they're in the Guardians division. They're in
Right,
the playoffs.
right.
In the playoffs. Easy, Seabiscuit. That's
Easy.
your team, the Guardians. That's you. I've also got Seth Lugo there too. Like, this is another. There's so many pitchers. It's like going into the year. There's no way you would have them as an all-star. They've done it. Don't even know how in this instance with Lugo. I really don't. But he is, and he's making the pitches. He's been great. I stay in that division. I'll take another L. I'm good at this. Joe freaking Ryan. Man, I thought going in the year, I'm like, he's a gimmick fastball pitcher. I told you that.
Turns out he learned how to pitch. Like, Happy learned how to putt.
Yeah, there you go. Joe learned how to throw more than a fastball.
Yeah.
If you'd have told me to throw a splitter like this, slider, cutter, like actually work on these, actually get better in the offseason, yeah, I might not. I might have thought more highly of him.
Yeah, he's been good.
Kudos to him. Yeah. We got him down. This was tough. There's a lot of guys that are in contention, but here's a case if you've got to give him an all-star. Tyler Anderson, Angels. Got him on there.
Got to have someone.
I mean, yep, you do. I think any day he could fall off a cliff. I'm not a big believer.
Joe Adele.
We're not even going there. Dang it. Don't get me too sidetracked with disappointments. So, yeah, that rounds out my starters. The pen, I said earlier, Mason Miller, electric. He's been amazing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, best closer, stuff-wise, printing in baseball. We got to give Seattle, who'd think we're trying to find them an all-star. Put Munoz there. J-Rod, what are you doing? Get better, son.
Do better.
Yeah.
Do what you're doing, but do better.
Just hit the freaking ball over the wall. Come on.
And then, no surprise, in Cleveland, you got Emmanuel.
Class A. He's an automatic.
Yeah.
He's been great up there with the league leading saves. Real quick before we go to break, some honorable mention guys, basically that trio in Seattle, like Castillo, Kirby,
all of them.
Gilbert.
That's not even including Brian Wu, who's been great.
Well, he's not pitched much.
Yeah.
The injuries, I'm going to throw him out because he's been hurt so much.
Yes.
But those three guys, they have a case, but I just don't think they've done enough to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jay Flair. He's been great. Strikeout rate. I mean, look at that. He leaves St. Louis. Haven't seen this before, have we?
That happens a lot.
Yeah, he's been great.
And then Barrios.
Yep, Barrios and Cutter Crawford. All these guys deserve mention. If they make it, I'm not mad. Like, they've been solid. So, that is any names I missed? You got any more?
I don't think so. I think that we
That's our
are running
pitchers.
over. We need to get to the break, though.
Yep,
so.
we do. That's our pitchers, and we'll see you on the other side of the
Thank
break.
you to our sponsors. Let's go.
If you're looking for a loan for your brand new home, call Clay County State Bank. If you want to transfer money so your future will look sunny, call Clay County State Bank. We got checking and savings and bill pay too.
An online banking, just ask our crew. For all your banking needs, we think you will agree.
Clay County State Bank is the place you need to be.
Clay County State Bank.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
When a Fairfield fire truck needs a repair, Cam's there to keep things rolling. And as part of the volunteer fire department, Justin's looking out for Cam and all of Fairfield. Everyone supports each other, and Wayne White Electric Cooperative supports them all with safe, reliable power for every one of our members. It's why REMCs exist, and together, it all works.
Give me all your lumber. Doors, paint, windows, electrical, plumbing, and much more. Oh yeah, give me all your guns too.
John Lucas.
What?
You better be dreaming about all the stuff we sell here at Zink Building Center.
Oh, I would. Zink Building Center in Louisville on Route
Welcome back.
That's right. We got more trivia.
We have more trivia.
This was a fun one too. What was the question?
Well, that's a good point.
This is professional TV right here, isn't it? No, it was the most all-star appearances, which was a tough one because I was like, man, I knew it was someone from back in the day. I was like, DiMaggio, he made a bunch. He was a Yankee. Williams, forever.
You know who played forever, though?
Yeah, I know this is going.
Mr. Longevity himself.
Yep, Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron.
There it is. So, yeah. Once again, you can't go wrong with any of those guys, but that's how he got to 755 home runs. He played a lot.
Yes.
So. Well, since we dropped the ball in trivia, we'll try to not drop it on our American League and National League bench.
We do have that stuff down.
Sorry, we're working on the professionalism, but he just told me to. But all right, here we go. National League bench, and we've touched on a lot of these guys and the guy. Like
yeah,
the top
we've mentioned
two,
like a lot of them.
But we are all right. We are professionals here, and we are doing this by the rules for the All-Star roster. Should have led with this, but 32 players per side.
Yes.
20 bats. 12 pitchers, 9 starters, obviously. So there's 11 bench bats per side.
Yes.
There we go. So, yeah, we'll just throw that in there at the end. But National League, I got Will Smith, catcher.
Yep.
Yeah. Really, Muto, I don't believe he's going to be healthy for the game. He's one you had mentioned.
This bench, in my opinion, is going to be very Dodger riddled anyhow.
Yeah,
they could all make the All-Star team.
Well, and if
they have an All-Star team.
They do. Yeah. That's what 300 some million will do, and deferring a lot of money. There you go. I'll get you an All-Star team. Yeah, I mean, there you go. We got Freeman, first base too.
Yeah.
And I mean, gosh dang, if people keep dropping like flies, they might all start.
He might be a starter. Yes.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Yeah. Luis Arraez, second.
Yeah, Mr. Tony Gwynn himself,
yep,
man.
There you go. There you go. And then we got a charity case here at third base. I got
Ryan McMahon.
I'm sorry, that was mean, Ryan McMahon. You're a hell of a baseball player, but
we love you, Rockies. Thanks for airing out.
Yeah. Got pretty good. Oh no, Chris Bryant here too. That was a good use of money there, wasn't it? We'll quit taking shots, but you know, the rules are you gotta have somebody per team. Yep. Ryan McMahon, he's had a fine season. I think he's hitting like 260, 270.
Most cases, probably not.
Probably not. Borderline. Well, what's working for him is third base kind of stinks there too.
Yep.
Machado has not had a great season. He's up there in the voting, but I don't think he's that deserving. So I mean, that's where we're gonna fit Ryan McMahon in here. Give them an all-star.
Absolutely.
And then Short's a mess too. I mean,
Short's a mess. There's not a whole lot available there, but someone that has had a very good season.
Yeah.
For the Brews, winning their division.
Yep. There's another loss. We put that at the bottom.
Well, yes.
Stuff happens.
Very bottom.
I did. Yeah, okay, I did. I had him last.
Turns out they're pretty good.
Worst to first. Yeah, Adames has been solid. He's in contract to walk here, and he must want to get paid.
He has tailed off a little bit here of late. I think he's only hitting about 240. So
but he's still got the power speed.
He's got the power speed combo.
Hey, Gleyber Torres, look at what he's doing on a contract here. You should probably try this to get paid.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Yep.
Adames has been fine. Like I said, injuries have hurt this position. Mookie not going to be there at the All-Star game. We got Ellie starting. We got Adames on the bench. Trey Turner, he just came back. I think Adames should have it over him, though.
I think so, too. Too, because Adames has been very good. He's been here all year. So.
Yes, absolutely. So we got him at short. It's outfield. This is fun. Let's just throw some darts. So what do you say?
Well, I mean, first let's go DH.
That's fine.
Which I guess he's outfield, but I've got Marcell Ozuna. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, like we said earlier, he was giving Ohtani a run for his money.
I think that we can call him a DH though, because he probably shouldn't be in an outfield.
Yeah, we watched him there for a couple years.
when you try to scale a wall and the ball lands behind you.
When you're playing Spider-Man better than left field, no. And he'd won a Gold Glove. I'm like, that's something we talk about this being a popularity contest. Marcell Ozuna winning a Gold Glove.
Yes.
That's a popularity contest. Yep. Dear God. No right winning that. But yeah, we'll put him in DH. The outfield, Tatis, he's there, but he's hurt too.
Yep.
I don't know if he'll be able to play. When he quit doing the roids and gets hurt more.
Well, I was going to say, he's either hurt or suspended.
Yeah. Well, you got hurt riding your dirt bike. Yeah. Which time? All time dumbest things. It's like, all right, how can we avoid that contract? There we go. Oh, yeah, so we got him out there. I kind of cheated. I put Schwarber out there. It's fine. He's hurt now, so that's thrown out. For this practice, so we got Tatis there. We got Schwarber there.
And then a guy that he's more bark than bite. But
but they need an all-star, so there you go.
Yeah.
Other charity case. We'll give to Jazz. I agree. Like, he's a fine ball player.
Yeah.
But the reputation supersedes what he does on the field big time. Like, If you see him as like in the Dodger lineup, he's an afterthought. Like he is.
He might not even be a starter on the
He
Dodgers.
might. That's a good point. Testament to how good they are and how bad Miami is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and then let's see who else we got. We're going to round out the bench here. Yeah, we got our 3 outfielders. I'd like to say Helio Ramos. Shout out to him in San Fran.
Yeah.
With the injuries going on here,
He's
I'd love to see him
He's
there.
finally here.
Finally, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's making the most of it. Like, the guy has been a
He was supposed to be
prospect for years.
Yeah, top prospect, I think, like
Years ago,
2019.
Yep, absolutely. And he just kind of plateaued out. But then he's got up, and he hits the ball hard. Strikes out a lot. But, hey, he's making the most of it.
Yes, he is.
Contact.
Yes.
He is. But yeah, I had to round it out Petey Alonso, which this works out actually well with Harper going down.
Yeah, Petey may actually be a little bit more.
He might play some.
Yeah.
I had him anyway because we need the Mets an All-Star.
And a guy that's coming back that was started out hurt, CJ Abrams.
Yep. That's the other guy I had in there. And Abrams, Turner, probably Turner's going to get the nod.
Yeah.
Abrams has played more. He was breaking out. He had a minor injury, but he's got better numbers. Like, he's honestly been pretty solid all year.
He's been very good.
And I've always been an Abrams fan. I like it. I like to see him run a little more. But he's solid. Another guy, Joey Ortiz, has been pretty good for Milwaukee.
He's really turned it on in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, cool thing is he got hurt 2 days ago, too.
Well,
we'll see how
that's awesome.
that goes. But, yeah, I mean, the National League is if they already were a talent deficit, the AL, and now half the team's getting hurt. It's like, not great.
Well,
not great. Not great. But, yeah, another guy, this is a homer pick, but I want to give a shout-out to Burley. Alec Burleson's been pretty good.
Yes,
pretty good.
absolutely.
He's been our best hitter, I think. So, yeah, that's our National League bench. American League, started off, catcher. This is our interchangeable one.
I've got Rushman on.
Yeah, and I have Salvi.
Okay.
That was the one we really didn't agree on there.
Yeah, which
but
Rushman's numbers are better. I just don't want them to be.
He's better. I'm sorry. Yeah, I agree. I wanted Salvi, but yeah, for this purpose, I went Rutschman. So but we'll put Salvi's on the bench, and here's the other one, Vlad. I had him on my bench. You've got him starting.
Yes.
Did you at least put Naylor on your bench?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, man. I thought that was gonna be
Naylor actually.
All right, David approves.
Well, I mean,
these underrated guys. The numbers.
I don't know if you noticed or not, but I like the Guardians. They were going to win that division.
I heard somebody picked them. Good call. Okay, freaking Detroit. Not great there either. Second base, we got Simeon. I mean, really, there's not many other options in the American League.
No.
I think Jorge Mateo was third in the running, and I'm like, puke.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Holiday, get out.
Oh, you mean a guy that's going to hit 200 but steal 40 bags?
Yeah,
cool.
exactly. That's cool. You know, I think his steals are down this year because, like you said, you got to get on base to steal. That's the problem. We got Devers. I've got him at third. I mean, Rafi Bombs is amazing. That's all there is to it.
I mean, he can't play third, but he can hit.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, we're talking all-star game.
I hear in Boston they just call him E5.
Yeah. I like it. I'll tell you what, you hit the ball as hard as he can, you can get by with that. You can. What puts the fans in the seats? The home runs. There you go. So
the long ball.
Yep, there we go. Also, another third baseman, which I've got him on the team, kind of utility spot. Excuse me, but Jordan Westberg. He's been great.
Yeah, that was a three-headed monster over there at third base. Like, all three were very deserving.
Three, they are. And I'm going to throw another third baseman on here, Isaac Paredes. I didn't have him on the team until I looked at the rules. It's like, oh, hey, Tampa Bay needs somebody. Who'd have thought? Tampa Bay. They're usually, very solid team.
His name is Isaac? I've always called him Isaac.
Yeah, it's actually, you hear the pronunciation, it's Isaac Paredes. Okay. I don't make the rules.
Looks like Isaac to me.
It does. Straight up Isaac. Yeah, like literally the same as Isaac in the Bible. Like, it is. But, you got to think these foreign nationalities, the way they pronounce it.
That's fair.
I listen to Fantasy Baseball podcast, and that's how they say it. So maybe they're wrong. If they are, then I am.
Seems unlikely.
Well, them, me, probably wrong. Okay, so we got Paredes is who I had, Westberg, which I put him second. He can play second, short, whatever. In the outfield, I'm sorry, Bobby Witt. I about missed him.
Well, yeah,
the best bench bat there is.
Here. Oh, yeah, absolutely. A guy that could probably make it to contention for being the starter too.
Absolutely, he's amazing. Yeah. He is. If it wasn't for Gunnar being there and an MVP candidate, he'd be there.
Absolutely.
Outfield. Do you want to take this one? Who you got?
I mean, my Guardians.
Yeah.
Got Steven Kwan.
Kwan. Agree. He might start with Tucker down.
Yep.
Yeah. We touched on him earlier. He's been great, hitting like 400 since he came back from injury.
And then Baltimore, they're stacked. They got Santander.
Santander, yeah. I was just say not much of an average guy, but the pop, he's hit I think 21 dingers. I mean,
that's kind of his thing.
Obviously, that's all you do in that lineup. Sure. Hit 200, hit the guys in front of you. They're all on base. Pick your
home runs do score runs.
They do, and he hits a lot of them, so that's beneficial. The other guy I've got is Jarren Duran. Jaron Duran, I think he might be one of the more underrated players in baseball, truthfully.
Yeah, I
He's a
would agree with
5-tool
that.
player. You know, he's getting on base now. He's not struggling against lefties like he has in the past. He's a heck of a player. And you look at the numbers, they're surprisingly good. He's hitting close to 300, swiping bags, doing it all.
Yeah.
So I'm a Duran fan. Let's see. What do we got to wrap up? DH. I had Alvarez starting. Stanton, bench. I don't have a problem with Rooker.
Yeah,
He
Rooker
makes
could
it-
be there
yeah.
for a DH. He may end up being a bench guy. I think that I was probably reaching a little bit to make him a starter.
Yeah,
but,
well, you know.
he could be a bench guy for sure.
Oakland needs love. They don't
Yeah,
have much
Oakland
out there.
does-
So, yeah.
There's not
they
much
don't.
to love.
So I believe that's 11 guys is what I'm counting. We had a few interchangeable guys, but for the most part, you pretty well agree?
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
him?
I think
Huh?
that we're going to be in the ballpark. You know, we
Yeah.
can't be that bad at this,
No,
right?
I'm going to go on a limb and say we're going to do way better at this than our season predictions.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You guys on Wabash, if you want to, hey, check it out on YouTube. We've got a lot of stuff. Yeah, so don't judge us too harshly on it.
Yeah,
it's baseball. That's
I'll
why they play
say
the
that
game.
thank you for this studio. It looks much better
Yes.
in here. But bear with us. The content's still good in my basement. The video quality's not.
Not so much. Not so much, but we appreciate it. So that wraps up our All-Star preview. So we appreciate it on YouTube. Like, subscribe. Wabash, just thanks for watching. So
Yeah.
we're going to try to not suck. That's all I got to say on that. So thank you and have a good evening.
Yep.
So, yeah.